Gentlemen, let's rock and roll. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm ready to spit some game today. I'm ready. How about you? I'm ready. How about you? It's Friday. Favor Friday, Fabulous Friday, Financial Freedom Friday, all that. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. For those of you that are coming on, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, tag Lolly Dolly everybody. What'd you say? Tell Lolly Dolly everybody. Tell them that we are live. The Ramon Preston Show is live. Say what now? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be having a brief discussion with you on the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. All week long, we've been having some amazing discussions on the show. And for those of you that are entrepreneurs, or maybe you're just the financer, the financial leader of your household and your family, I really want you to take this 4th quarter of the year and use it to the advantage of your business and your finances expanding. And in order for you to do that, you have to at least put yourself in a position to create cash flow. And so that's why today I want to talk about the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. So if you're coming on, hopefully you've already hit the like button, the share button, you're tagging some family members and friends. Please put in the comments what city you're watching me from today, what state you're watching me from, what country you're watching me from today. I want to give a shout out to all of our YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much. Our Facebook subscribers, our Instagram, LinkedIn subscribers, all of you that are following us and subscribing to our pages, thank you. We really appreciate you. And your participation, your engagement, your support gives us the ability to reach more people. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We have almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we want to cross the 6,000 mark. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. We have almost 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. So please be sure to hit the follow button on LinkedIn. And if you are following us on Instagram or Facebook, make sure that you follow us on there as well. We could use all your likes, all your shares, all your follows, even your comments. They mean the world to us. So let us know where you're watching the Ramon Preston Show from. What city, what state, what country. And I want to give a shout out to all of you, all of our coaching members, all of our Blueprint Game Plan members, those of you that are on our online business and financial training program. We want to give a shout out to you just for watching the show and for following us and for participating in the things that we're doing. I just appreciate all of you. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. And every Monday through Friday, today is Friday, every Monday through Friday, we bring information that is specifically and strategically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And everything that I share with you on the show is an extension of what we do in our company, whether it's through our consulting division, our coaching division, or our training division. This information is information that I live. It's information that we teach and we train our students, and we provide as strategies and solutions to our clients and even our customers who purchase our products. So this is not some fly-by-night, like hypothetical information that I'm sharing. This is information that we're actually implementing, executing, and seeing the results from. And so I appreciate all of you for being on the show today. I just want to talk to you a little bit today on the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. The 5 ways to protect your cash flow. Now, if you've been listening to me for some time, even if it's just been the last couple months, somewhere along the lines of you listening to me just within the last few months, you may have heard me talk on the concept of cash flow and how cash flow is king. And cash flow is one of the layers of income. And the reason why that's important is because your income is your number one wealth building tool. So if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to be a millionaire, if you're going to be financially free, it starts with your income. And once you are able to wrap your mind around how powerful your income is, and once you start learning the principles and the practices with your income, you're going to find yourself controlling your income in such a way that you are living on less than what income you're making, and you are minimizing, or at best stabilizing your expenses, so that when you get income and when you move expenses, you are left with a word called cash flow. And the reason why you want cash flow is because you're going to use cash flow, which is a version of your income, to put in other cycles that generate more income, which means it's going to create more cash flow. This is what we call a cash flow cycle. And the more cash flow you're able to create because you've created more income while minimizing your expenses, stabilizing your expenses, maximizing your business deductions, minimizing your taxes. When you start doing all of these multiple things through the vehicle of your number one wealth building tool called income, and you start creating more cash flow, you're going to find yourself living a life of financial freedom. You're going to find yourself moving into the world of what millionaires and rich people and wealthy people find themselves moving into. So it all starts with your income, but from your income, you want to create cash flow. And so I want to share with you 5 ways to protect your cash flow. So, for example, if you have income coming in from your job, if you got income coming in from some side hustles, if you got income coming in from your business, maybe your nonprofit or for-profit, I don't know what income you got coming in. If you got income coming in, the game is for you to take that income, minimize your expenses, or at least stabilize your expenses, and move that income into a flow so that you can start creating financial freedom for yourself. But the process that you're going to have to go through in order to have cash flow to put in cycles, to put in investment vehicles, and to put in assets that create and produce more cash flow, that process is going to require you to figure out ways to protect it. Because there are certain systems, there are certain people, there are certain places, there are certain things that have been constructed in your life that are specifically designed to take your cash flow. Just think about it. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you hold on to that money long enough, there's going to be something that comes up that wants that money. How many of y'all agree with that? Do I have anybody in the room to agree with that? Do I have anybody in the suite? Do I have anybody on this wing, on this floor to agree with me? If you hold on to free money, to income that you have already gotten in and you've paid your bills on, right? If you hold on to that money called cash flow, at a certain point of you holding on that money, ain't something gonna come up? Think about that money you put in your savings account. Think about that money you put, you know how you try to hide money in, you try to hide money in your shoebox. You hide money in the jacket in your closet. You fold money up and put it in certain compartments in your wallet and in your purse, only to find yourself digging back in there to pull that money out. Well, that money supposed to be free cash flow, so that when there is an opportunity for you to put that money in, you're able to put that money in it so that it can start creating and producing more cash flow. But a lot of times before that happens, there are things that come up to take your money. And I want to show you, how do you protect your cash flow? So I want to give you some strategies on how you're going to protect your cash flow. Do you want those strategies? Let me give them to you. I'm going to give you 5 ways to protect your cash flow. Number 1, you got to develop financial intelligence. That's number 1. You have to develop financial intelligence. This is the first way to protect your cash flow. Even the Bible says we perish for the lack of knowledge. The Bible says we perish for the lack of knowledge. So the first way to protect your cash flow is you have to develop financial intelligence. Another way of saying developing financial intelligence is you have to become financially literate. You have to develop financial intelligence. You have to learn about money. You got to learn how to make money. You got to learn how to manage money. You got to learn how to multiply money. You have to learn the importance of income. You have to value your income. You have to learn how to plan for your money. That's called financial planning. You have to learn to track your income and expenses. You have to learn about banking. You have to learn about credit. You have to learn about taxes. You have to learn about income categories for tax purposes. You have to learn how to minimize your tax liability. You have to learn how to maximize your tax deductions. You have to learn about risk management. You got to learn a little bit about investing too. You have to learn about retirement. You have to learn about this whole world of finance and economics. You have to learn this. And in order for you to learn this, guess what? You have to develop financial intelligence. A lot of people I know who are even making money, they're not able to keep the money they make. You know why? Because they have not developed financial intelligence. And so the first way for you to protect your cash flow is for you to develop financial intelligence. Unfortunately, for those of you who do not like to learn, unfortunately, for those of you who do not like to be educated, unfortunately, for those of you who do not want to be trained, unfortunately, for those of you who think you're going to just watch one show with Ramon Preston talking about money and become the next best thing since financial sliced bread, unfortunately for you, you're not going to become financially intelligent. And if you are financially unintelligent, that means you are ignorant of the money that you are making. You don't know what to do with it. You probably don't even know how to make it. And if you don't know how to make it, then you probably don't even know how to manage it. And if you don't know how to manage it, you probably don't know how to multiply it. And this is a perpetual cycle. Just this one thing alone will change the dynamic of a lot of our lives, a lot of our families, and a lot of our communities. So I'm a black man. I came up in a predominantly black community. My parents were crack addicts. My grandma who raised me was a poor white Jewish woman living in the hood in the late 70s, early 80s. So my story is like the story of millions of people living in the United States of America and around the world. So my story is not an exception to anybody else's story. And I'm using that to show you that even though you can have an excuse, it doesn't mean that your excuse will validate or justify why you have not changed your financial situation. Because I'm not saying that there are not certain systems. I'm not saying that there are not certain people, certain places, and certain things that are constructed to keep you and I down, because there are. But what I am saying is, even if or because there are certain systems and infrastructures set up and created to keep us down, it still cannot stop you from becoming financial intelligent. You can still develop financial intelligence. Financial intelligence is about you learning how money is made, how money is managed, how money is multiplied. Financial intelligence is about you learning the components of accounting, learning financial planning, at least the basics of it, learning income and expense tracking, learning the purpose of banking, learning the basics of taxes, learning about risk management, learning about investing in retirements, learning about balance sheets, learning about net worth, learning about assets and liabilities. You have to know the basics of this stuff if you're going to become financially intelligent. You have to develop this, because developing financial intelligence is the first thing that protects you from your cash flow. Now, what is the opposite of developing financial intelligence? What is the opposite of that? The opposite of developing financial intelligence is ignorance, which means even if you're good at making money, even if you were a hustler. See, there was a time I didn't have financial intelligence. But one thing about me, I've always been this way. I can get up and go out there and make something happen to eat today. I've always had that ability. I grew up with that ability. When I was in the streets, when I was a loser, when I was a drug addict, when I was a nobody, I could wake up every day, get out there in them streets, and I could figure out a way to eat something, to get a couple dollars in my pocket, to put a roof over my head, to get transportation to get from point A to point B, because I was just a hustler. I was just a go-getter. But it doesn't mean I had financial intelligence. And even once I cleaned my act up, and I got my life together, and I got saved and became a Christian and became a preacher and was operating as an entrepreneur for years, I still had the ability to make things happen, but I was financially ignorant because I didn't know about the things that I'm telling you about. I didn't know about the things that I'm training people about, that I'm teaching my students on. You know why? Because I was not putting in the time, the effort, the energy, the attention, the resources, or the money in developing my financial intelligence. This is one of the reasons why I started Ramon Preston University. This is one of the reasons why I have a business and financial training program called the Blueprint Game Plan, because I made a promise to God and to myself that I was going to get to a place of success, and I was going to build a platform to help my people, to educate them so that they can become financially intelligent. And so that is the first way to protecting your cash flow. Number two, the second way, you have to learn the tax system. You have to learn the tax system. Why am I saying you need to learn the tax system? Ramon, are you saying I need to become a tax expert? No. Are you saying I need to become a tax strategist? No, but yeah, to some extent, because you need to know enough about the tax system to know how to protect your cash flow. The other day on one of the shows, I talked to you about the 3 categories for tax purposes: the labor income category, the active income category, and the passive income category. I'm not a tax expert. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I hire those type of people to help me, but I still have to have some level of financial intelligence and some understanding of the tax system, so that when I sit down with a CPA, when I sit down with a tax strategist, I at least know my way around the conversation and know enough for them to see that I can stay on top of my financial affairs. So when they add their flavor to what I'm doing, when they bring their experience and their professional expertise to the table, it complements and enhances what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, because you cannot think or even believe in your mind that you're going to have a CPA or an accountant or some professional tax strategist expert like literally breathing over you every day, eyeballing every transaction you make in your personal or your professional life. And even if you have enough money to hire someone to be in-house to do this for you, well, you still have to have responsibility over that person that you hire and over the financial affairs of your company and of your finances. And so you have to learn the tax system, because you want to be able to have the intelligence financially to know how to properly and, of course, legally minimize your tax liability, maximize your business deductions, so you can continue to increase your income and create more what? More cash flow. And this is for those of you who are W-2 employees, 1099 contractors, or business owners. It applies to everyone across the board. This is one of the reasons why, like these 2 reasons here, this is why the average person who works a job, a W-2 employee, pays too much in taxes. It is estimated that almost 100 million people in the United States of America pay too much in taxes. You know why? Because they don't have financial intelligence and they don't know the tax system. This is the reason why most independent contractors, most people who are self-employed, most people who are 1099 business owners or freelancers pay just as much in taxes as W-2 employees, and sometimes even more when they're penalized. You know why? Because they don't have financial intelligence and they don't know the tax system. This is why a lot of business owners pay just as much in taxes, because they don't have financial intelligence and they don't know the tax system. And all they think they need to know is what they do. So if it's the landscaper, if it's the construction worker, if it's the motivational speaker, if it's the marketer, if it's the multi-level person, whoever it is, if it's the real estate agent, the insurance agent, all of these experts and business owners and entrepreneurs think, well, as long as I know my craft, I'm going to be good and successful. Not necessarily. What you say? Most of them don't know this. Even people who are like NFL players, basketball players, athletes, celebrities, people who are on a lot of these reality shows, just because they have money don't mean they have financial intelligence. And a lot of them are losing a lot of money and missing out on opportunities that they could have if they developed financial intelligence and understood the tax system. Because these missed opportunities are doing what? They're stealing their cash flow. And now they got to keep grinding and trying to figure out, how can I get ahead? Because every time they get ahead, something busts them across the head and it pull them back. It creates a missed opportunity for them. All right. So number three, The third way to protect your cash flow is you need to understand debt. You need to understand debt. Now, again, if you're listening to some of the people that talk about finances and money and business and debt, whether you listen to them in your family or maybe you listen to them on the internet, they may tell you that debt is not good. I don't believe all debt is bad debt. Some people do, but you got to decide who you're going to listen to and who you're going to believe. But my point is, you still need to understand that. You need to understand what consumer debt is. You need to understand what capital debt is. Because some of the wealthiest people and some of the wealthiest companies in the world, they use debt as leverage. You know why? Because they understand debt. They understand how debt is used. As a matter of fact, the same banks you put your cash flow in to sit are banks that are using debt to make money off your money. Some of the same companies you work for. I know some of the same people who talk about it on certain platforms about debt is bad and we don't believe in debt and debt is demonic and it ain't nothing but the devil. Some of these same people who work for or who have their shows or have their companies tied into other companies and institutions are part of platforms and institutions that use debt to provide those platforms. It is what it is. You can believe what you want to believe, but what I'm explaining to you is if you don't understand debt, you're not going to know how to protect your cash flow. Because maybe you don't get into debt to use as leverage, but maybe you're giving your cash flow away to people, to places and to things that are actually using your money to give other people debt, and they're making a little money off of your money. So you're either going to understand it and win, or you're not going to understand it and lose. But trust me, if you don't understand debt and you just think, oh, I got a savings account, I got a little money put up. If you think that's going to be the best way to get you to financial freedom, and guess what? Maybe you don't want financial freedom. Maybe you, like many people I've talked to, just want to be comfortable. Maybe you just want to have enough to take care of you and your family. Well, you do what you do. But I want to be wealthy because I have a lot of people I want to help. I have a lot of things I want to do. I have a lot of opportunities I want to provide for people. And if I develop financial intelligence and I understand the tax system or learn the tax system and understand debt, and I am able through intelligence and I am able to use that as leverage to get me further quicker, then I'm going to use that as leverage so that I can put myself in the best financial position. People do it every day. Number 4, the fourth way to protect your cash flow is to beat inflation. You got to beat inflation. So all these little theories you be hearing about, I'm not saying they're not real, but what I'm saying is you got to decide how quick you want to move and how strategic you need to be. So you hear all these stories about, oh yeah, well, if you put this money here for the next 35 years, you'll have this much in 35 years. Yeah, but we ain't talking about inflation yet. We ain't talking about taxes. We ain't talking about supply and demand. We ain't talking about if some of these big institutions will even exist in 35 years. Let's just talk about the inflation, because inflation is like that. Inflation is like that virus that eats at your flesh that you can't see. That's what inflation is. Inflation kind of eats at your flesh. It eats at your cash flow. It's eating this up and you can't even see the inflation. Like inflation is something you don't see. But let me give an example of how inflation looks. Your rent go up every year, but your paycheck didn't go up. Or your paycheck went up a little bit, but then you went back to the store and milk $4, gas $6, your clothes done went up, everything you buy done went up, and even though you did get a little raise on your job, you like, I'm still broke. What's going on? The cars you drive got more expensive. Everything around you costs more, and you still can't live even though you making a little bit more money. You're like, what's wrong? Here's what's wrong. It's called inflation. It's called inflation. Or you in 2021 and you still making the same amount you made in the year 2000. And you like, man, why am I still struggling? I've been working for 21 years and I'm still broke. Well, everything changed around you and you just didn't count the change up. And you realize that you were so behind after 21 years. So every year when inflation goes up and then the prices of goods and services go up and your income doesn't go up, or if it goes up, your expenses go up with it, and you don't have this wiggle room and spread to make up for things like inflation, you find yourself unprotected with your cash flow. And number five, the fifth way to protect your cash flow is to overcome big business. Like, this should be like taught in school. These things should be taught in school, especially for students who coming out of high school. The fifth way to protect your cash flow is to overcome big business. Overcome big business. What do you mean, Ramon, by big business? Here's what I mean. I've been telling y'all this for the last couple weeks, and I'm already starting to see it. People are already starting to get stupid. Like, I can smell it. Like, I can smell stupid coming. Like, can you smell? I smell stupid coming. Let me see what day it is. It's October the 22nd. By next Saturday, stupid gonna fill the room. So if you want to know what's coming, y'all? What's coming? I need to know what's coming before somebody want me to predict the future. What's coming? I'm going to tell you what's coming because I smell it. Stupid. That's what's coming. Stupid is headed our way because big business. Let me show you. Big businesses. Oh, I can't even spell. I'm stupid. Big businesses make us stupid. Big businesses make us stupid. Have you ever noticed? Now, we're across the street from Lenox Mall. We right down the street from Phipps Plaza. I don't have a problem shopping because I shop, spend money. I've always done that if I wanted to. It ain't no big deal. I'm not that big of a fashionista, so it ain't no big deal for me. But I just want to give you an example. Have you noticed that the lines in the mall are not full of rich and wealthy people? Have y'all noticed that? Squad, have y'all noticed that? Yeah. Have you noticed when you go to Phipps Plaza, the Gucci line, the Prada line, the Louis Vuitton line, the MCM line, like they're not filled with rich and wealthy people. They're filled with everyday people. And I'm not just saying this like be funny and disrespectful, but stupid is what stupid does. When we're financially illiterate, we just do stupid stuff with our money. But the people who are rich, more specifically the people who are wealthy, it's not that they don't live lavish lives. It's not like they don't do stupid stuff with their money, but they can actually afford to do stupid stuff with their money because they didn't start out doing stupid stuff with it. So my point is, big businesses, they have a way of making sure you and I do not protect our cash flow. That's why I said stupid is coming, because every time we get close to Halloween, people just start losing it because they start getting into this mindset, this frame of mind that, oh, I'm going to just wait till next year, tax time, to get myself together, to save money. You know why? Because I got to think about Halloween. I got to think about the classic that's coming up. I got to think about all the holiday extravaganzas. I got to think about Thanksgiving. I'm going to take my vacation, or my 2-3 day vacation that week. I'm going to wild out. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to eat and have fun. I got to think about Christmas. I got to put stuff on layaway. You see how big businesses get people thrown off and just get them to acting stupid October, November, December, and then when they look up, it's January. And now when January comes, we just came out of celebrating New Year. Everybody's mindset who fell for the okie doke is going to be, oh, I ain't worrying about it. I get my taxes in 6 weeks, only to repeat the same cycle over and over again. So those are the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. And for those of you who are really serious about protecting your cash flow, if you're real serious about protecting your cash flow, those are the things that you have to do. Number 1, you have to develop financial intelligence. Number 2, you need to learn the tax system. Number 3, you need to understand debt. Number 4, you need to learn how to beat inflation. And number 5, you have to overcome big businesses and what they perpetuate to get you to get just stupid when it comes to your money. And that's why I've been urging a lot of my community members and a lot of our clients, a lot of our customers, people who watch me, I've been urging you, do not let off the gas of getting your finances together for this final quarter in 2021. What you need to do is you need to invest in developing the intelligence you need to become better at protecting your cash flow, to become better at making more money, to become better at managing your money, and to become better at multiplying your money and building a business and building a legacy and building a stable situation for you and for your family. For those of you who would love to join me for an upcoming workshop, we have a sales and marketing workshop that we're going to be hosting on Saturday, November the 20th, right here in Buckhead, live. It's going to be a 4-hour workshop. You can join me in person, or you could join me virtually. It's going to be a 4-hour workshop on sales and marketing. We're offering it for $29. You can get access to it for $29. All you have to do is click the link, or you can visit RamonPreston.com/event. RamonPreston.com/event. It's a sales and marketing workshop for $29. And guess what? In addition to the sales and marketing workshop, I'm giving you 2 free workshops that you can train yourself and develop the financial intelligence you need. One workshop that I'm giving you for free is going to be on holding companies. The next workshop is going to be on financial systems. So if you or your family wants to learn about business, you want to learn about finances, you want to learn about tax strategies, you want to learn about accounting, and you also want to learn in person about sales and marketing, I'm literally giving you 4 of our VIP workshops for $29. All you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com/event. You can sign up, get immediate access to our holding company workshop and our financial workshop, and you will have the secure link to the sales and marketing workshop, so that when we go live on Saturday, November the 20th, you will have access to it. If there's anything we can help you with, any information we can provide for you, I would love to speak with you. All you have to do is reach out to us. There's a number in this description. There's information in the comments. We're here. We're available. We want to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. And the truth is, y'all, I know it sounds a little funny. I want to prevent you from just making stupid decisions. I have made all those stupid decisions in my personal, in my professional, and my financial life. But once I started developing another level of financial intelligence, I realized real quick that my cash flow was going to be my key to get me to becoming financially free and to becoming wealthy. And I've been on that journey ever since. And because I am disciplined, because I am consistent and committed to my financial freedom, to my legacy, to building wealth for me and for my family, I continue to see the results and the success in my life, which means everybody around me gets an opportunity to experience that result and to experience that success because I'm committed, I'm disciplined, I'm consistent, and I'm doing it on a daily basis. And I want you to have that same experience. I want you to feel that same freedom, but you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to get in. You got to be willing to plug in. You got to be willing to invest that time, that energy, those efforts, those resources, and your money. So feel free to reach out to us today. Take advantage of this $29 offer. RamonPreston.com/event. We're giving you access to four workshops. Sales and marketing. That's going to be a live event on Saturday, November the 20th. And while you're waiting, you get access to our holding company workshop. We teach you about starting and structuring holding companies, how to file it, how to form the paperwork, how to draft your operating agreements, how to layer your divisions and your subsidiaries. And we also give you access to our financial systems workshop. This workshop is going to teach you a lot of what I've been talking about this week, how to maximize your business deductions, how to minimize your taxes, how to develop creative tax strategies, how to implement an accounting system in your business using QuickBooks, how to create a financial plan for yourself and for your business, how to determine what your tax liability is. So we go over all of that in the financial systems workshop. Just this alone for $29 will change your life. Think about it. You can pay $29 and learn about holding companies, financial systems, sales, and marketing. Ain't nowhere around here you're going to be able to get all that information for less than $30. But you can get it right here, RamonPreston.com. I want y'all to have an amazing weekend. If there's anything we can do, please reach out to us with the information below. Otherwise, we'll see you Monday right here, same place, same time on